Welcome to r/surviving infidelity. Here's today's story. My girlfriend led me to believe I got her pregnant, but I found it wasn't mine after the birth. I've been on Reddit a while, and began lurking this sub when I first suspected my girlfriend was cheating. I had hoped I wouldn't be here posting, but here we are. I, 28-year-old male, have been with my 25-year-old girlfriend for just about 2 years. The relationship was good, and then she tells me she's pregnant. For the most part, I'm careful, and she said she was on birth control. I was skeptical, but went to an appointment. I then figured it was just one of those things. I always wanted a family, so, even though this was not how I wanted it to begin, I was overjoyed. We are past the first trimester, and I have her move in at her insistence. Insert red flag I missed. We are planning what we will do work-wise, and how to set up the baby's room. She is pretty insistent she will go back to work, but be able to stay home. She swears she can make it work. I go to every appointment with her. Things are still good. We are in the 3rd trimester, and I make my schedule work to still go to every appointment. Up until this point, I had been at each appointment in its entirety. This one appointment, she asks me to wait, so she can talk to the doctor first. I'm super concerned that something is wrong with the baby, and she didn't want me to hear. I go in, and the checkup is done. Everything looks good. My girlfriend brushes off my concern over why I couldn't be there for all of it. Another red flag. We are about a month and a half from the due date, and I notice her being kind of secretive with phone calls and texts. She tells me it's work, and it's confidential, etc. My antenna is now up, so I try to get a look at her phone. She's got Snapchat and Kik. I find it strange, but don't confront her. The baby is born, and I'm overwhelmed with emotion. The child is perfect, and things went fine. Then comes the part where they want me to go on the birth certificate. My girlfriend becomes really insistent about it. She's constantly asking me to do it, and seems way more anxious than I've ever seen her. Here's the red flag I didn't miss. I don't do it. We have an argument, but she stops pushing. I think it's because she knows how suspect it looks already. We are home, and she has to go tend to the baby after it woke up. I noticed she set her phone down to go to the baby. I couldn't help it, and looked. It was still unlocked. I start looking for texts or calls. I then find a whole conversation on Kik with a guy. All the updates of her appointments. Pictures of her and the baby. Then I see it. The place she says she thinks it's his child. I confront her, and she apologizes. She admits the baby could be mine or someone else, but she thinks it's mine. I demand a paternity test and leave. It's been about a week since the confrontation. The results came in yesterday, and the baby isn't mine. She's gone to live with her mother. Here's the best part. It took me a lot of digging, seeing as all I had were usernames. She talked to him too. The father is her boss. The secrecy was for him. The boss with a wife and 4 kids in middle and high school. I found the wife on Facebook and sent her all I had, including texts from my girlfriend saying it's his. I'm heartbroken so many ways. I'm lucky in a lot of ways here, but I'm so hurt. This has completely changed my whole outlook. I'm bitter, angry, and untrusting. I have no idea how to recover from this. Update. I've still not spoken to her. I can't bring myself to. I'm conflicted because I still bonded with that baby. Yet I'm not the father. That is painful. She still tries to contact me. I don't know if it's love. I won't talk to her. On to the guy, who is the father. I told his wife. She didn't respond immediately. I found out through my ex that he lost his job. There's some justice in the world. He won't have anything to do with my ex. He blames her for the mess he's currently in. His wife contacted me over a week later. She apologized for what I went through. She was still in shock, I guess. She kicked him out. I have no idea where he went. Their kids know. Everyone knows. My ex still works there, but is in the process of finding a new job, seeing as literally everyone knows what happened now. I'm still in shock some, and still heartbroken. This holiday will be tough, and sad for me. I know there's hope. I know it will get better. This shook me to my core, and I don't know how long it'll take. I'm ready to swear off any relationship ever again. Here's the first comment. Damn. I'm sorry. Dodged a huge bullet. That poor wife of the affair partner. Glad you told her. At least you are not tied to her like the affair partner's wife is tied to him. Literally no contact with your ex. She is trash of the highest order. Here's the next comment. You dumped her and exposed her affair and child to the affair partner's wife. Good job. Now, take your time to grieve your loss, look after yourself, and realize that you were fooled by who she lied to you to be, and that none of this is your fault. Then take another moment to think how lucky you are to have dodged this bullet. It doesn't feel like it, but you aren't lucky. It could have gone down way worse and cost you years of your life and a child you have already raised. Here's the next comment. The positives are, you got out without legal obligations. You never contact that horrid ex again. You did the right thing by informing the boss's wife. You are still in your 20s. Here's the next comment. That is a one-of-a-kind Christmas present to your girlfriend's boss. You did well to discover her deception and standing up for yourself. Man, your girlfriend insisted you sign the birth certificate. That is cold. Here's the next comment. Dude, this might sound really crazy, but I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad this happened now, and you get to leave, and have a chance of finding someone truly good to start a family with, and you will experience the joy of having your first child in a true healthy and living relationship, and that the child born into that situation will have a good life. You win. God has opened the door for something better for you. I want to triple high five you for telling the wife of the affair partner. This is going to hurt her, but it will also set her free from this dangerous man she is married to. 100% this is not his first affair. 100% he is putting her life at risk of getting STDs that could kill her. It may be hard to see it all and understand now, but imagine how this could have been 5 years on. With a second child that actually is yours, and now you are strapped to her for life. This moment is a victory. Here's the next comment. I read a post recently about a mom who cheated on her husband for 11 years straight. She got pregnant very early, and the husband married her. Over the next 10 years she spat out 3 more kids, all of which he thought were his. Long story short, 20 some odd years later, one of the daughters bought a DNA test for herself, and the dad is a present 1 year. That started a downward spiral in which the dad eventually found out that none of his children were actually his. The mom had been cheating with her husband's friend, who happened to be a neighbor, for over a decade. The husband, caught up in the sheer agony of the moment, hung himself shortly after discovery. It was a heart-wrenching account. Your girlfriend sounds a lot like the mom in this story. Be thankful it didn't take you a lifetime to figure it out. Here's the next comment. Thank you for telling his wife. So often we don't realize that it's important to do that for her sake. I'm sorry this was done to you. Make sure that you take the time to grieve the loss of what you thought was your future and the child you thought was yours properly. Remember, there is no timeline on grief, and you have every right to feel every emotion you do. Here's the next comment. First thing, good on you for telling the betrayed person involved in this. I'm glad you were able to figure things out without being baby trapped. It doesn't help with the pain of the cheating, but man, you just dodged a major bullet. The emotional roller coaster she has been willing to put you through to cover her cheating is despicable, and I'm happy you are able to disentangle from this situation. Good luck on your future, buddy. Here's the next comment. Assuming she took all her stuff with her when she moved back to her parents' home, there is no good reason to talk to her anymore. You will do yourself a big favor if you work out what is going on in your head with a therapist. In the meantime, you are obviously a great guy. You rescheduled your whole life around your ex's prenatal appointments, you work hard at your job, and you were smart enough to catch that last red flag before you signed any birth certificate. You are also plenty young enough to start all over from scratch, have a long-lasting and satisfying relationship, and even have your own kids. Feel your feelings now, resolve everything as best as you can, and when you're not really looking, something will come your way. Here's the next comment. As bad as this ordeal has been for you, and it certainly has, be thankful you did not put your name on the birth certificate. Be thankful that her ruse was uncovered, and that she is now stuck living with the consequences of her actions, and none, and I mean none of the blame can be attributed to you in any way. What a deceived human being. I feel so sad for the child. Here's the next comment. That's not love. She was insistent on you being on the birth certificate because she wanted to con you into paying child support when you eventually find out. Take care of yourself. Here's the next comment. She is trying to contact you because she doesn't want to be a single mother. If it was love, she wouldn't have cheated on you. Here's the next comment. I'm sure you've not had a lot of time for heart-to-hearts with your ex lately, but did she have a plan with this guy? Did she think he was going to leave his wife to be with her? Was he going to pay child support? Or was her plan to get you stuck into the role of unwitting daddy to the baby? To restate what I said in the previous post, that's paternity fraud. It's a serious thing, and the courts are taking notice. If she willingly tried to dupe you into being the father and knew you were not, that's criminal. On the other hand, there might have been a reasonable assumption you were the father, having lived with her during this time, so it likely wouldn't stick if you pursued this. If you feel inclined, you can pursue it. It might not be worth the money or effort. You're hearing you dodged a bullet a lot, I'm guessing, but guess what? You really did. It's sad for the child that this happened, but it's definitely not your circus, and she's not your monkey. Leave her in the past. Thanks for watching.